I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with an exciting piece of pre-owned inventory for you. This one is a 2017 Macan GTS. Now, pre-owned Macans at all are kind of hard to come by. We really don't get that many back, which I think is a good sign. Shows how well received they are. People seem to really love the Macan. We've had the car for 5 years now, a little more even, and it very quickly became our best seller, and is I think our best received car too. Everybody really seems to love them, and that is just kind of even more extreme, I would say, when it comes to the GTS model. So within the Macan lineup, you can have just a regular Macan, you can have a Macan S, a GTS, or a turbo, but the GTS is, in a lot of people's eyes, kind of the most special, the most exciting version. And what it is very similar to an S in kind of the basics. It has the same 3-liter twin turbo V6 engine, though it makes a little bit more horsepower. It makes 20 more horsepower than an S would have this year. So an S is 340 horsepower. This is 360. So it's a little bit more potent, a little bit more eager. But the really unique thing about the GTS is all of the extra standard performance equipment that you get. So things like sport exhaust, air suspension, and the sport design body kit. All that stuff is standard on a GTS. You can option it onto a Macan S if you want, but it's automatically built into the GTS, which makes it a really good value and particularly attractive if you like a more kind of performance-oriented vehicle. As well, what you get is a few unique aesthetic differences. Things like, most noticeably, these wheels, 20 inches, another big upgrade even just based on that size, because a regular, or a Macan S rather, would have an 18-inch wheel as standard. The GTS gets the 20-inch and that black look, which is carried over in a bunch of other little details with the GTS. So you get the black on the wheels, you get the blacked out headlights, blacked out taillights. The badging is in a matte black, so it really gives the car a unique look, sets it apart from the rest of the Macan lineup aesthetically, as well as we'll dive into more of that performance stuff. But going to those wheels, probably my favorite design, 20-inch RS spotter in black. They look awesome. This particular one, as you can see, obviously, as well, black outside. It is the regular black, not the metallic, so it's just a very simple black color. And then on the side here, this piece they call the side blade. That's just kind of an unpainted lava black, they call it, from factory. But with this one, previous owner decided to paint that as well, so it just flows a little bit better with the whole body. As well, on the side mirror here, this one has the sport design side mirror. So the standard one would have been just kind of, again, an unpainted plastic piece, a single piece connecting it to the body of the car. With the sport design, it's painted along with the body, and you get that kind of split spoke, a little bit of a sportier look. It's a subtle thing, but it does make a big impact. It's something I really like to see. Some other equipment that was put on this one, moving on to the inside, the partial leather package, which is another kind of value thing in a Macan GTS. You don't have to upgrade to it. That's the standard, so you get a little more leather than you would on a Macan S. You get leather covering the whole top of the dashboard, and if it's a two-tone interior like this one, you get a contrasting stitch through there as well, which looks really good. The color on this is the two-tone black and Luxor beige, so your dash is black, carpets are black, steering wheel is black, all those kind of high traffic areas are black, so they stay a little bit cleaner looking than when you go with the full beige, but you have the beige on the seats and on the lower part of the doors to make the cabin a little bit brighter. It does make a pretty big impact. I like it quite a bit. Another unique thing with the GTS, this has the standard 8-way seat, but it's a different 8-way seat. It's actually shaped like the 18-way seat, which means it's a lot more heavily bolstered, right? You'll see it as that kind of that GTS seat listed in the options, and it just holds on to you a whole lot more. Again, if you're somebody who wants a more kind of spirited driving, it's the seat to get. Hugs you great. It's an awesome seat. So that's in here as well, of course. And then the Premium Package Plus, which gives you quite a few things, adds heated seats into the rear, which is nice. The panoramic sunroof has largely become a must-have option for most people. That's part of the package, which this one has. The entry and drive, so you don't have to take your key out of your pocket. Just touch the door handle to unlock and turn the ignition switch when you get in to start the car. Also, you have the auto-dimming mirrors as part of that. What have I missed here? Oh, and the Bose audio as well, which I see is a real must. The basic sound system is okay, but if you really like to turn it up or listen really to anything other than talk radio, the Bose is worthwhile getting. So that's part of the package as well, which this one has. As well, the trim, you've got lots of different options. This one kind of in keeping with the simple, black look. It's just a standard piano black gloss trim inside, which looks Sorry, it looks really good. Goes well with the theme of the car. And then, the Sport Chrono package. Nice to see on these ones. The one performance option that isn't kind of standard on these GTSs, but a nice option. What that does is it gives you an additional driving mode. So all the cars that we sell will have a sport mode. But when you go to Sport Chrono, you get the Sport Plus mode as well. So regular sport mode will make your throttle response a little bit sharper, and it'll shift, later and faster, and just make the car sportier, which is great. But Sport Plus dials that up even further, makes it feel very, very racy, and you get the launch control as part of that. So you can go into that Sport Plus mode, and when you're soft at the lights, left foot on the brake, floor that gas pedal, it says launch active, and you take off with kind of a perfect race start every time. Really, really cool, fun kind of novelty. Maybe not all that practical, but a whole lot of fun. So that was optioned in this guy as well. Clearly, a performance-oriented driver. The GTSs are to a little bit lower than the standard car, and I mentioned the Sport Design package earlier. What that means is front bumper is a little bit different on these GTSs, and you get more paint along the very bottom with the side sills, and in the back lower part of the bumper, more paint there, a little bit kind of more aggressive looking. So the GTS is a really cool thing. We have by far the easiest time selling the GTSs. They never seem to sit here very long. Definitely a sought after car. So just before I let you go, I'm going to dive into a little bit mechanically speaking on this guy. So we've got 75,800 kilometers on it, but it is a Porsche approved certified pre-owned vehicle. So that means it's been through our inspection and reconditioning process, which is performed by a Porsche certified technician and using only Porsche genuine parts, and it has to reach a pretty high standard. Once it does, then you get the warranty extension. So with this one, you actually have full comprehensive Porsche warranty until January 5th of 2023, and there's no kilometer limit on that. So as I mentioned, 76,000 kilometers on it right now, but you can buy it and drive it for the next 2 years, put as many kilometers on it as you want, and you'll still have that warranty coverage, which is awesome. But as I mentioned, it has to reach a pretty high standard to get that. So what we did our inspection. It required a rear brake service, so that has just recently been performed, as well a minor service. So there's 3 levels of service with a car. There's minor, intermediate, and major. It was just a minor that was due, so that has been done, as well a wheel alignment, new wiper blades, and new tires too. So this car is in really excellent shape, and it's nicely put together as well. It's a good value, right? With these pre-owned ones, you can now order a new one, but you'd be spending almost twice as much. They're quite a bit more, and here you've got excellent savings, but with that certified designation, just a tremendous value, because you don't have to worry about anything in the near future, and that's been looked at and taken care of by the professionals. So I hope this one works for you. If you like it, come down, take a look, and do take it for a drive. We'd be happy to show it to you. But if not, we've got a little bit of inventory right now, so scroll through, see if you can find another one that you like, and if you do, please give us a call. Thanks a lot for watching.